correct way to lead a horse is to lead them with about this much length. What you don't want to do is try to lead them from here. It's like someone holding you by the necktie and pulling you around like that, okay? So that is too short. The horse is all going to be all claustrophobic. You're probably going to pull the horse on top of you like that. But you don't want to be so long that you're out here somewhere, because if she was to shoot past me, all of a sudden she could shoot past and I'm in the way and she might kick me. See how I might hold the rope like that, or hold the tail here. What I don't want to be doing, so whether it's around my hand or my arm, that is very dangerous, okay? If she pulls back, I'm stuck. So always have it go down and come back, not down and around. Incorrect? Correct. One rule is when you go to saddle, unless it's a really old horse that you really know well and you know that they're just fine to saddle up every time, do not have them tied up when you're saddling, because if she's tied up and I'm doing the girth up and then she goes to buck and she's pulling back and jumping into the fence and all sorts of things. So for her safety, as much as anything, I don't want her to be tied up while I'm saddling. This horse is a stallion. The first thing I would say is, if you're inexperienced, you should not be handling a stallion till you become more experienced, because a stallion has a different viewpoint on life to your mares and your geldings. They testosterone based, and their mindset is to breed and to fight and things like that. So I'm going to just head down here and just go past him. You're going to see him, he's probably going to carry on. So don't get his attention, There, that was pretty good. Get his attention. You should be aware all the time of any horse, but stallions in particular, if I start walking along like this and I'm not paying attention, anything can happen. When you're feeding a group of horses, if there's 6 horses, you might have 3 or 4 bags on. When you put your nose bag on to this horse, it's very important that I move away, because what's often going to happen is another horse is going to try to pinch that food. And if I'm here and stay with this horse, then another horse can be trying to get aggressive, and that herd dynamic of trying to fight over the feed, I can get caught in the middle of it. So if I put it on and I move away, then the horses, if they want to see if they can get at that food, they can, but then the other horses can follow me and I can put a nose bag on them. They very quickly learn the drill and they get quite good to handle. We're here now to talk about feeding in the yard situation into buckets. Now the smart thing to do would be put the feed in first into the buckets and then let the horses in, then there's not a risk. For filming purposes, we're about to show carrying feed through horses, which is a bit of a danger area. So horses are herd animals and they're inclined to dominate and so forth. So the most dominant horse is often going to be in the corner first, and as we go in, our body language has to be assertive, and then we're going to head in and feed. So what we're going to do is we're going to head to the back first, otherwise we're starting in the corner where everyone is. Now, as you can see, there's a little bit of bossing going on from various horses. So it's very important to be just aware of your surroundings, where the horses are, and to be assertive at all times. Kate's got one hand free. There's 2 buckets to feed out, but rather than take 2 at once, if something happens, she can't actually get the other horses away from us. So she's got one hand in the bucket and one hand free that she can use. There's a good example of expression. That mare was testing the waters. You'll notice none of these feed bins are right in corners, so that if a dominant horse comes up to a feed bin where a less dominant horse is, the less dominant horse has somewhere to go to escape from the other horse.